Bringing jobs, schools, and healthcare to a remote area seems like a good thing, doesn't it?
Well, that's how the provincial government of Quebec saw it. They proposed building a multi-billion-dollar hydroelectric project near James Bay, the southern end of the Hudson Bay.
But the Cree and Inuit Indians who live in the area saw things differently. But they feared that construction of the world's largest hydroelectric plant would destroy their way of life and harm the environment.
As the CNN story shows, when signs of pollution and health hazards emerged, the Cree decided to fight the project.
The mammoth James Bay project in Quebec's subarctic wilderness will harness the power of 20 rivers. Costing between $40 to $60 billion, it will be the largest hydroelectric development on Earth. Where the provincial government of Quebec sees prosperity and jobs, the 10,000 Cree and Inuit Indians who live in the area see pollution, flooding, and destruction of wildlife. The elder Cree want the matter settled in court. The younger Cree may have a more activist strategy.
It could come down to confrontation. It won't be armed, I can say that. Probably be more of a civil disobedience.
The Indians initially agreed to the James Bay project and admittedly have benefited from its construction. Hydro-Quebec built a new town called Chesapeake.
We got what only every other Canadian takes for granted: an education system, a health system, houses, running water. By signing the agreement, it only, came faster.
There is even a guaranteed income for those who hunt for food in the old tradition. Hydro-Quebec has spent hundreds of millions of dollars on environmental impact studies and ways to correct them. They're still underway. Decomposition of plant life from massive flooding has released methylmercury into the food chain and subsequently to some of the native population.
The mercury problem is a mid to long-term problem. That is, conditions return to normal after a period between 20 and 30 years.
This, contends the Cree, is not an answer, and the costs outweigh the benefits.
We see prosperity in the community, but the destruction on the land, as well as in the social fabric of the community.
Many continue to live in the old ways. And despite the fact healthcare improvements have cut in half the infant mortality rate, there have been charges of genocide.
When you look at things like that, well, you're saying certainly that the impact is not a catastrophe, and it is definitely not what we have heard as being a genocide.
Indian efforts to halt construction on the project may be helped by a recent federal court ruling that brings the entire James Bay project under federal scrutiny and review, a process that may take several years. Burton Jones, CNN, reporting.
Since this report aired, the Cree, with the help of the Sierra Club of Canada and other environmental groups, have been successful in stopping the project.
For 5 years, opponents staged rallies and public events to gain support for their cause, and their persistence paid off. Faced with growing public opposition, the Quebec government abandoned construction plans.